It's time for the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. Martin is a national championship fullback from the 1992 Alabama Crimson Tide. Known for his bruising runs and devastating blocks now, he's bulldozing through sports talk with that same championship intensity. Joining him is his son, Xavier, a savant of football knowledge and statistical insight. He's your go-to source for the latest recruiting news and insider updates from across the Bama Nation. Together, they deliver fair and balanced analysis from an insider's perspective with real conversations where the callers, the listeners, and the online maniacs get in on the action by sharing their thoughts, their comment, and their reaction. Join our online maniacs at facebook.com/The Martin Houston Show. You're listening to Tide 100.9 and 1230 WTBC. It's time for kickoff, so buckle up and get ready, because this is the sound of Bama sports. The Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier is live. Roll Tide, roll!
Good morning. Welcome into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier, powered by Box Eye Care on this Wednesday, this Wildcard Wednesday. Remember, you can get in on the conversation on the hotline at 205-342-9904. Today, we're going to continue the conversation about Alabama versus Auburn. We're going to talk about some things that Ty said this week. He talked about having something still to prove, something that he still wants to finish, and talking about how things started for him at the beginning of the season and how he feels now, as well as what is Alabama's game plan going to be to take on the Auburn Tigers as far as play calling and things of that nature. It will also hit Alabama basketball as Bama got a huge win over UNLV last night. And Auburn fans, y'all got to be careful, man. Y'all talk about Alabama losing a close game to a top 10 team, and y'all get ran out the building. Whew. Did you see the score of that one? Alabama dominated last night. I stayed up to watch it for you who didn't. It was a late tip-off, so we got a lot to get into and more.
Good morning. We want to go ahead on behalf of the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier, me, Chase, Xavier, and wish all of you out there that tune in with us each and every day via the phone lines, the radio airwaves, and the online, all of the maniacs out there. We say happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Pray for safe travel for all of those of you who are traveling, for all of those of you who are going to be eating and you're enjoying those meals. We wish you nothing but the best. Our family and I, because we're kind of dispersed this Thanksgiving, actually celebrated ours, unfortunately, Oklahoma night. And we found we still had much to be thankful for, even though the Crimson Tide did not win that day. But as a whole, we want to just wish everyone a very happy Thanksgiving holiday. And to answer Bam Bam 72's question, will we be on Friday? Yes, all other sports shows on Tide 100.9 will be live on Iron Bowl Eve and post Happy Thanksgiving. So we will be reporting live, and we'll be able to get your scores and predictions and all of those good things. So it'll be a lot of fun. Remember that this is the day that the Lord has made, so let's rejoice and be glad in it. Take some time to notice someone, love someone, serve someone, be the difference you want to see in the world today. Did not survive the night. So was glad to see that Bama took care of business Uh, yeah, it looks like Aiton saved all his points up for the same game. Uh, but Alabama, Alabama now annihilating um, UNLV, and I guess X. I'll let you since you kind of took the game, but 115, like best. I think since the regular season started, this is other than North Dakota. I'm not sure what they scored, but since they've started playing the big boys, um, this is the lowest output defensively for the other team and our highest offensive output. So maybe X, is this a sign of what the football team is going to do Saturday? Put together a complete game.
Hey, that's exactly what we want to see from the gridiron crew on Saturday. But last night, just to go ahead and talk about the basketball game, it was an exciting one. Alabama didn't run away with it to start off with. UNLV hung around for probably the majority of the first half, and then Bama just started hitting, and there really wasn't a lot of threes. It was driving, getting to the hole, fouls. I think Alabama shot 19 first half free throws, and we were hitting them. You know, and that's the big part. And so they were able to kind of pull away, and it was 51-36 at the half. And it didn't matter who it was. LeBaron had an off night last night. I think he had 15. 13. No, he didn't have. But Aiden drops 26. Houston hit 19, and Houston came out shooting. He didn't care. He pulled up. He wasn't hitting all of them, but he was letting them fly and letting them fly early. And then, of course, you hit the two of the freshmen, London Jameson, had 18 and 5. Amari Allen had 13, 5, and 6. Just overall team effort. I said something yesterday about maybe Bama needs to do something about the type of big men that they have. And Noah Williamson, Aiden Sherrill impressed me last night. They didn't have crazy numbers. I think Williamson had 4, 5, and 2. Sherrill had 7, 8, and 1. But it's the way that they played. They were aggressive. They attacked. Noah Williamson was on the ground grabbing loose balls. It was just a great effort from those two guys.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about it yesterday, and I typed it in, but I don't think I said it live on the air. X. We were talking about physicality, and to me, it's not that they're not playing physical, and it sounds like they did a little bit of this. I said toughness and tenacity.
Yeah,
which it sounds like the same thing, but it's not necessarily. I don't think you can have. I think you can have physical play, but not be tough and tenacious. And what I mean by that is physicality is getting in there, bumping a little bit, going after some rebounds, blocking out. But if you don't have toughness on top of your physicality, the other team can punk you. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about physical and mental toughness, meaning that when they hit you in the mouth, you hit back. And when they get feisty, you get feisty. And tenacity is the ability to do it from tip off to tip off. I mean, tip off to clock off. And I'm not sure this team has that, but I'm glad to hear you say that they did a little bit of that last night. It sounds like that's what I was talking about. Does that make sense when I say the difference between a physical team and a tough, tenacious team?
Yeah, and I think that is what you saw from Alabama last night. the way they were just getting after it.
It's Villanova. I guess UNLV, not Villanova. UNLV are they a tough team? Are they a tenacious team? Like the 2 games we've lost, and this is why we play these games, X. This is why we play these games. Nate Oates will go into SEC play in the tournament knowing right now if his team's shooting, if his team is rebounding, they're going to be in the game.
Yeah.
But if the other team is shooting and rebounding, then we need our free throws falling and our big men and our guards hitting the board with toughness and tenacity from tip off to clock off. But you know that now, right? You've had 2 losses that ended up, 7, 8, 10-point losses. But the reality of the games were a lot closer than that. But down the stretch, you just couldn't match that. But you know that now, right? So if they keep everything else growing and they shear that up, they don't have to become great rebounders and tenacious rebounders.
No.
They don't have. I do think this team's going to have to be tenacious all game long, because what I've told you in football, X, and for the maniacs who are new to the program, man, not ever heard me say this, it's like boxing against Sugar Ray Leonard and Mike Tyson. With Mike Tyson, physical, tenacious, tough. He gonna put you out, and you're gonna lose the fight, because you're gonna lose your fight, or he's gonna knock you out. That's what the 2 teams have done to us. Sugar Ray is like, he gonna outscore you. He gonna jab you, punch you, pretty you up, all that. That's Alabama basketball. We have to be able to do that for 2 periods, 2 halves, if we're gonna win, because we don't have a knockout. We're not that kind of knockout team where you quit.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to either get so far ahead of you. So,
yeah, and that's what happened last night. UNLV, from the way the announcers talk, because they've got a new head coach, and they've kind of been bit by the injury bug too a little bit, but they want to be they want to play the way Alabama does, is the way they made it sound. They want to run and score and shoot, and transition points, threes, things of that nature. And Alabama, they said it last night. They said Alabama's just better at that than they were. And so if you want to hang with Alabama, you better try to slow it down. And that's exactly what you were just saying right there about the different type of way Alabama plays. And they just couldn't hang the entire game.
They got out remember when they used to say you got out Bama, if Alabama ever played against somebody that was able to be physical back. Alabama just out Bama UNLV. Yeah. Come back on the other side, X. I guess we can pay tribute to the Auburn Tigers and their Final Four run that they already secured because they won their first game of the festival. But we'll give them a tribute on the other side. We'll also be back on the other side to talk a little college football playoffs. I noticed something last night that I had not said. And Alabama isn't the team that should be the most upset about Notre Dame. There's someone else, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
Tide 100.9 traffic. Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. We have got one situation here. You want to watch out for this accident on 2059 westbound at University Boulevard. No delays on 2059, but University Boulevard, as you try to make that exit onto 2059, you will tap on the brakes a bit. Now, speaking of tapping on the brakes, Lurleen Wallace at 15th Street, that intersection getting a little filled in this morning. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, Tammy Thomas.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's Luxe Cravings boxes give you decadent options. $5 gets you fan favorites, $7 gets you the fancy stuff, and $9 sends you on a journey of flavor exploration. Get yours at participating stores for a limited time. Prices and participation may vary. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Got timberland in West Alabama or East Mississippi? North River Timber Company has you covered. Since 2011, Courtney White, a registered forester, along with his expert team, have been managing timberland and harvesting timber across 4 West Alabama counties. They offer comprehensive timber management plans, reforestation services, and appraisals. Courtney White says timber is like money in the bank. Don't let your investment go unrealized. Call North River Timber Company today. Email them at northrivertimberco@gmail.com or call 205-242-5127.
Craving the best Southern comfort food around? Catfish Heaven is calling your name. From crispy golden catfish fillets to their finger-licking wings served hot sauced and seasoned to perfection. They've got the flavors you love. Don't forget the hush puppies, creamy coleslaw, and all the fixins that make every bite feel like home. Whether it's a family dinner, game day feast, or quick lunch stop, you'll leave satisfied and smiling. Call 205-752-7222 or visit them online at catfishheaventuscaloosa.com to check out their menu and order ahead. Catfish Heaven, where every bite feels just right.
Hey, I'm Martin Houston, and I want to tell you about exciting news happening at Box Eye Care. They've moved to their new location, bringing you a brand new lab, stylish new frames, and a fresh look just for you. Enjoy their expanded frame inventory, competitive prices, and faster service, all with the same great level of service you've come to know and trust. Discover this full-service eye care at Box Eye Care's new location. With their in-house lab, they offer unbeatable value and one of the largest frame collections in town. Schedule your eye exam today and walk out with new glasses in less than an hour in most cases. Visit boxeyecare.com. That's boxeyecare.com or call 205-342-0660. That's 205-342-0660. Visit them at 5003 Oscar Baxter Drive. That's Box Eye Care. Your vision, our priority.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQ Bar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ Bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Now you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping when you text IQ Bar to 64,000. Text IQ Bar to 64,000 to get your 20% off. That's IQ Bar to 64,000.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Mostly sunny and noticeably cooler today. The high 59. For tonight, a light freeze likely. Clear with the low at 32. Tomorrow and Friday, sunny both days. For Thanksgiving tomorrow, the high 51. The high Friday, 48. I'm James Spann with the Alabama Weather Network on Tide 100.9. It's 52 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Interact with the Martin Houston Show by calling us at 205-342-9904 or tuning into the Martin Houston Show on Facebook.
All righty. Welcome back into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. Man, got to get to this college football playoff. This joint this committee is incestuous, man. They're incestuous. I mean, they build value for teams based on them building value for team. They're hypocritical in their thoughts. They say one thing about one team, and then they turn around and use the exact opposite argument against another team. Strength of schedule doesn't matter. Head to head doesn't matter. It is so political and so bad. And we're going to break that down without a doubt. And for those of you who are looking online, I kind of got it up there. Let you look through this a little bit. There's several things that happened last night that makes zero sense. I mean, it's crazy how bad it is. So I want you to just know on the rankings, teams falling without losing consecutive weeks in a row when their only loss is to a team that's going to get a bye. One team has a loss where the team that beat them not even ranked. They build another team up, X, because they promote one team up so that they can say that Notre Dame's win over that team is more impressive. It's so bad. We're going to get to it. Hang in there with us. But before we do that, let's get to the phone line. One of our phone line maniacs, Super Joe, you're in with Martin and Xavier. What's on your mind?
Martin, Xavier, how y'all feeling, partners? How y'all feeling?
All right, how you doing? Happy Thanksgiving.
Doing good.
Happy Thanksgiving to y'all too, man. Every day is a day to be thankful. You know how it go.
Into that.
Yeah, but let me ask you, what kind of feedback y'all been getting? What y'all been hearing about the practice and the preparation about the Auburn game?
Ty had some interesting comments yesterday after practice, just talking about what Alabama was working on to get better, and taking it one day at a time. And so I think they're locked in. He said, just doing our job. Everybody likes to say what happened to the old Ty, what happened to him. Talking about himself, he said, just gotta go for one. Everybody's wondering what's going on. Nothing's going on. We're just going to go out and play ball.
Yeah, and X, let's talk about that a little bit more after we get through the college football playoff conversation, because I think that's important for us to talk about. There's something else I want to see from this Crimson Tide team as well. Anything else, Super Joe?
Well, now, like I said, I don't really have anything else. I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to y'all too. Y'all enjoy yourselves, and I appreciate y'all taking my call.
All right, we appreciate you, Super Joe. Happy Thanksgiving, man. All right, X. I was upset about Notre Dame being in front of us, and I realized it last week, but I had not thought about it. How is it, X, that Notre Dame sits at 9-2, and Miami sits at 9-2, and we have a record of them playing each other, and one team winning? And so who beat Louisville? Upset Miami. SMU is still in contention for the ACC title.
Yep.
That's their two losses. Once again, this committee is giving more credit to who you lose to than who you beat. How can you have teams with the same record, one not in a conference, who cherry picks their schedule, and the other one beat them head to head and they have the same record? How do you have them locked in at number 9, no matter what they do? Miami should be – Miami, I can't believe how quiet they've been.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. You know, the 5, 6, 7, and 9 make no sense to me. It's done intentionally. Don't get me wrong. But if I was Miami, I'd be livid.
Yeah,
the head-to-head supposed to be a huge carry like that. That's why they have Oklahoma in front of Alabama, because of the head-to-head.
So the question becomes if Oklahoma struggles this week and wins and we blow out, is there a chance that we could be, because we've said we can't be in front of Oklahoma. Well, Notre Dame disproves that theory. So that's one thing, Ash. Explain Ole Miss's trajectory the last 2 weeks.
It makes absolutely zero sense. All they've done is win. And their only losses to the number 4 team. Texas Tech's loss is to the number. They're not even ranked. Is Arizona State ranked? And so, but they're number 5.
And they jumped Ole Miss after Ole Miss won.
Yeah,
it wasn't like Ole Miss lost.
And then Oregon jumps them this week after a bye for Ole Miss. And Oregon finally got their first ranked win of the season. That's their one ranked win.
And guess what? Why would they do that?
Oh, to lock Oregon in and potentially
not just lock Oregon in. Who else does Oregon win look like it helps when they're having conversations?
Oh, Indiana.
Nope. If Oregon beats this team and Notre Dame beats the same team, that makes USC look like a better win because it took the number 6 team to beat USC. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like this makes Oregon moving up makes USC look like it, even though they lost to Oregon, it makes Notre Dame's win look even better because it's just the craziness of it.
It's insanity.
It is absolutely insane. Like Miami's not going to get in. Miami's going to end up 10-2 and somebody because is Miami in the are they in yet in the ACC? They're the highest ranked team, but are they the ones
this week?
Huh?
I think they have to win this week to make it to the ACC championship game. I think.
Here's the question I have. If Miami wins out, I know this is not Alabama. If Miami wins out, do they jump Notre Dame? Do you put
no?
You see what I'm saying? Like
Miami's not.
If Miami wins, they're conference champions, a better record, and you still have Notre Dame and a head-to-head win over Notre Dame.
No, Miami's not in it. It's Virginia, Pitt, and SMU.
Right. They need some stuff to happen to even make it to the playoff. I mean, to make it in. And if they end up losing an at-large bid.
Oh, they play Pitt this week.
Okay. So
the winner of that game will go.
Oh, man. So anyway, and then what happens because Ohio State still has a road to go, X. What if Ohio State ends up 10-2? How far do you think they fall? If they were to lose this weekend to Michigan, which is possible, Michigan's on a 5-game win streak. I guess you have to give Michigan the same kind of love you give Notre Dame. They had a freshman quarterback who has gotten better. What if they beat Ohio State and then Indiana beat Ohio State?
How do you go into the playoffs?
Huh?
How do you go into the play? How do you put a team in the playoffs that loses their last 2 games, including and not be a conference champion?
Yeah, I mean, because are you going to put them in front of Alabama at that point?
Especially if Alabama wins the SEC championship game.
Are you going to put them in front of Oregon at that point? Are you going to put them in front of Oklahoma, Notre Dame? I mean, you're saying Notre Dame's in where they're at because of their win streak. Like literally they're saying because their 2 losses at the beginning of the year and they're 9 straight. So do you punish Ohio? You see what I'm saying? Like this committee has put themselves in a very interesting place. But Anyway, we'll make some predictions on some of these big rivalry games this weekend, Ax.
Woo.
But if I'm Miami, I'm livid. If Miami wins, do they get in though, Ax? Or is they still the third? They still need two teams. They need to beat one team and somebody lose, I think. I could be wrong.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, which is crazy. They could be watching the playoffs with the exact same record of a team that they beat.
Yep. And it doesn't look good because SMU's got Cal and Virginia has Virginia Tech.
Okay, one more quick question on this college football player. If Georgia Tech were to fool around and beat Georgia, will they keep Georgia in front of Alabama? If we win out, because we're going to be playing for the SEC championship.
Right.
Watch this, X. If Texas beats Texas A&M and we win, Georgia and Alabama play in the SEC championship game.
Ooh.
I mean,
wow.
Texas, huh?
So Texas A&M hasn't won anything.
No, they're not even a lock yet. Their path to me, Texas beating them is more likely than Auburn beating us.
Is it at Texas or at Texas?
I don't even know. I hadn't looked at it yet, but I just that's crazy to think about though. You know why, X? Because here's the thing. Not only do they not get in, they don't get in even if we lose, if Texas beats Texas A&M and we get beat.
Ooh, it's at Texas.
Yeah. X, listen to this. This is crazy. If Texas beats Texas A&M and we lose to Auburn, it's Georgia and Ole Miss. It's not even A&M. Because supposedly the tiebreaker after head-to-head goes to your opponent's record. If Texas A&M
has played the bottom half of the SEC.
There we go. So it's still a lot of football to be said. We just need to make sure Alabama wins and take care of it.
So it could be Alabama, Texas A&M. It could be Alabama, Georgia. It could be Georgia, Ole Miss. It could be if Texas A&M wins and we lose. Is it Georgia?
Texas and Georgia.
Okay.
Texas A&M and Georgia.
Yeah, Texas A&M and Georgia.
Yeah. Thanks, all the maniacs. Let me know. It's at Austin, and I'm telling you, and Manning just had his best game, and they have their number. They have A&M's number. Will little brother choke? Texas A&M is the.
To be fair, they've played once in like 15 years. So,
but Texas A&M is. Would it matter, X, if we didn't play Auburn for 15 years? Would you make that statement? Or would Auburn still be the little brother?
I mean, they would still be little brother, but I don't know if I would say that they would. They would 100% be little brother, but to say that they have their number is when you played one game since 2012 or 2011.
Hey, X. If you take my number 35 and I don't see you for 15 years, do you still have my number 35 till I take it back?
Yeah.
All right, then. They still little brother. Let's have some fun, man. Coming back on the other side, X. And Q Dixon said, I'd rather play A&M than UGA again. Absolutely, I'd rather play. And it's not because I don't think you can beat Georgia. I just think that it's hard to beat any team. It's hard to beat any team twice in a season, especially a team of the caliber of Georgia and how much they've improved under Gunnar Stockton. So I'm like you, QD. I'd rather play Texas A&M as well. Coming back on the other side, X. Bam, Bam, I don't like hearing all this. If Bama loses, we just need to win out. Amen, Bam, Bam. And we'll talk about what Bama needs to do to win out on the other side.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. We have got one situation here. You want to watch out for this accident on 2059 westbound at University Boulevard. No delays on 2059, but University Boulevard, as you try to make that exit onto 2059, you will tap on the brakes a bit. Now, speaking of tapping on the brakes, Lurleen Wallace at 15th Street, that intersection getting a little filled in this morning. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, Tammy Thomas.
Target's Black Friday deals are delivering big surprises all week long, like 40 to 50% off top holiday gifts, plus thousands more deals in-store and online, all with free shipping. Load up on all the season's must-haves with huge deals on tech, video games, toys, floor care, clothing for the family, and so much more. Hurry! These deals are going fast. 40 to 50% off gifts and Saturday. Only at Target. Free shipping applies to orders over $35.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
Under the biggest cactus in town, Taco Casa. Quality is number one. You got to start with a good quality product, but it's got to be at a good value to the customers.
Everything is about quality.
You just can't beat the quality, taste, and value.
And it's because we take pride in providing you with the best.
Good customer service and good food, good quality.
We want to make sure that we give that to them each and every time they come and visit us.
The sense of pride that we have in the quality, the consistency of our food carries over to everything we do in the stores. That's Taco Casa.
Do you have timberland you don't know what to do with? Give North River Timber Company a call. Courtney White and his team of over 20 years experience offer timber harvesting, timber appraisals, comprehensive management plans for that special tract of land that you own. Courtney and his team can help you decide how to maximize your highest potential for your land. Timber is like money in the bank. See what your investment can do for you. Contact Courtney White at 205-242-5127. North River Timber, co@gmail.com. North River Timber Company.
The Venue, your new favorite Tuscaloosa hangout, food, music, and more. Come and taste what's new at The Venue, whether it's Liza's Sweet Shop, whether it's the all-day breakfast and burgers from Ramajama's, or the quality food that you can get at Finish Pub. Great atmosphere, great time, great people, great environment. That's The Venue. You can find them online at thevenuetuscaloosa.com, located off of Watermelon Road, just past Sokol Park. That's The Venue, Tuscaloosa's new favorite hangout. Make it yours.
If you've been waiting to try learning a new language with Babbel, now is the time. Black Friday has come early this year. Babbel's biggest sale is happening now. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with a lifetime subscription at our best price of the year, which means a small investment for all your big adventures. Babbel's bite-sized lessons fit easily into your daily routine and are easy to remember. Plus, Babbel teaches you relevant words and phrases so you can start speaking with confidence in as little as 3 weeks. And with a lifetime access to all of Babbel's languages, lessons, podcasts, and cultural insights, just imagine what you can do, or rather, where you could go. So if you've been putting off booking that pastry pilgrimage to France for fear of mispronouncing croissant, take advantage of Babbel's biggest sale of the season. Where will Babbel take you? Find out at Babbel.com. But hurry, this offer ends November 30th. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less for a limited time at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
It locked into Tide 100.9 for more of the Martin Houston Show with Martin Houston and X's and O's Sports, Xavier Houston.
Welcome back into the program. I'm Martin Houston. That's Xavier Houston. That's Chase Brumfield. Clicking and checking and pressing all the right buttons. We have a Would You Rather Wednesday. Not a lot of time left to get to it. So we'll go ahead and jump right in on some of that conversation. But before we do that, Sam Pitner said we have a Ohio State Buckeye, Brandy. I think that's Bibler is how you say that. Maybe Bibler. Welcome to Real Sports Talk, Brandy. Roll Tide. She's a Buckeye fan. So anyway, X. Jeremy Bernard, I did not hear it directly, but we got a couple questions from the Maniac. A Maniac Moment brought to you by Empowerment Leadership and People Solutions. Said that Jeremy Bernard gave them a little bulletin board material, pretty much saying something to the effect of, why can't Alabama blow out Auburn? Everybody seems to think this is going to be a close game. I think is what he was insinuating.
Yeah, that's really what he was saying. Because people, he was asked about how the games have gone down there the past few years, and it's a fair question to ask, but whoo, you don't want to hear him say that this week. Yeah, it's just one of those things.
It's funny listening to, still making my way through the leadership secrets of Nick Saban. And they were talking about this yesterday, about the part I listened to was about bulletin board material X and how it can work. They literally said that Saban was a master of this. And after teams started talking about Alabama dynasty being over, how they would look for bulletin board material, he said they would even make it up if they couldn't find it. And when we got ready to play Washington, when Jalen was a freshman, they actually made up that some unnamed Washington player made a statement very similar to this, is, hey, somebody has to beat Alabama. Why not us, right? Similar to that. And it said the reason that works is because we hate disrespect. Well, what have Bama fans been saying all week about, not the Auburn fans, what have Bama fans been saying about the football team? Have we as Bama fans not been disrespecting our team?
To a certain degree, yeah. I mean, are they valid questions, valid concerns? Sure. But I know as a player, I'd feel highly disrespected.
We're asking about Jeremy's statement. Jeremy said, why can't we? Yeah. Alabama fans are saying, man, I'm nervous because Tide's regressing. Man, we have a turnover problem. Man, we can't run the ball. We can't, we're going to have this and that. So I guess in some way, keep it up, Bama fans. They say disrespect draws a team closer.
And that segues perfectly, into something Ty said yesterday. He said, it takes me back to the first game of the year and all of the doubt that everybody had. It takes me back to doing the little things and what got me there. Just trusting God, trusting my process, and understanding that I've done this before. There's games that I've done it and nothing's wrong. I'm just happy to be out there and got better today. Yeah. And then he was asking, does it feel similar to the doubt that surrounded Alabama after his loss to Florida State? Absolutely. Our backs were against a wall right now. We know a hostile environment in Jordan-Hare. We know that's what's at stake for both teams. Who wouldn't want to be a part of that? It's a great test for our team, a great testament to the guys in general.
Yeah, and like I said, Saban made it up. So Maniacs, go ahead and go out there and call some of these other talk shows. Pick up the phone and call the Auburn shows if you can listen to them and bear to listen, and just drop a line as, all be Auburn, right? And say, I don't think this Alabama Crimson Tide team stands a chance in Jordan-Hare. We own them. We're 10-7 against them here. And we're going to make it 11-7. Y'all go ahead and build it up, man, so that the Crimson Tide but seriously, actually, and of course, tomorrow we'll talk more specifically. But go ahead and give me something that you say, if Bama does this, they win Saturday.
If Bama plays mistake-free football, they win Saturday. Actually, no, I'll give you one better. If Bama stops Cam Coleman, they win easily Saturday.
I've been on the road two of the last 3 days. So I'm not haven't been able to read and catch up and miss stuff. Have they named their starter at Auburn?
Yeah, it's Ashton Daniels.
Okay, Ashton Daniels is starting. So how far in do you think he gets before they go to the freshman?
Do I think they pull him at some point, or
Yeah.
do they have packages for Deuce?
Do they pull him at some point? Does the package even potentially lead to him pulling?
Do I think he just outright gets pulled? No, I think if he does get pulled, like Bama's got the game in the bag at that point.
Okay.
So I don't know if he gets pulled. Do I think we see Deuce? Absolutely. Unless I'd have to look at how many games he's played in, and maybe that's a concern. But if I think Saturday was only his second or third game, so I think he has room to play again without burning his red shirt. And if that's the case, he'll play Saturday in some capacity.
Yeah, I think definitely they have a package for him. It'd be stupid to play him and do what he did the other day if he has a red shirt. If he has a game left, it'd be stupid not to play him.
Okay, I got one for you. I got one for you. We haven't heard anything of if you paid attention closely Saturday, Daniel Hill got hurt on that first interception from Ty. And he didn't play again. If he's not healthy, which they've been hushed on what happened, and so maybe it's not that big of a deal, how soon do you see AK Deer in the game?
Ooh.
Because he's played in 3. So this would be his last available.
So if he's only played in 3 games, based on what they told the reporters last week, the announcers, I could easily see him getting in, a couple drives in. And don't be surprised if he don't get in before that, if we want to get to the edge. And that's what I'm telling you, I would start off running the ball on the outside to spread out that Auburn defense.
If I were to be honest.
Well, first of all, I want you to be honest. We're a moral show, so be honest.
There would be 3 running backs that I would play Saturday if they're all healthy: Daniel Hill, Kevin Riley, AK Deer.
You gonna bench Jam?
I have to. Even if you look at what we saw Saturday, Daniel Hill, you're not going to tackle him one-on-one. He's a bull. Play him. AK has a different gear, it appears. Him and Kevin are close, but I think I give AK the edge.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Kevin out of the backfield and his just quick twitch in the hole, man, Jam's behind all 3 of them in that ability.
I agree with that. I don't know about the pass pro though, and I think
pass pro is the concern.
Yeah, and especially against Auburn. X, I would say, what's the name reminds me a little bit of a young Warwick Dunn. Kevin Riley does.
That it's the number 2, ain't it?
I hadn't really thought about that, but yeah, maybe. But you remember James Cook when he was at Georgia? Same type of scenario. So
yeah,
very interesting thought there. Let me see. Maniac saying if Bama doesn't, QD saying if Bama doesn't turn the ball over, they win on Saturday. Curtis Moore II, X responding to your comment. If they are down by 14, talking about Auburn, I say Austin gets pulled. Chapman family said, I believe that they have packages for the freshmen. And Jacob Powell saying, yep, Kevin can catch out of the backfield. Him and Daniel Hill. Daniel Hill has some really nice hands for a big man. They
both do.
Yeah, really nice hands for a big man. So anyway, it's a very interesting thought process there. Any closing thoughts, X, before you get ready to get out of here?
Yeah, no, and you're right about Daniel. He has Najee Harris hands with the same size, but he has an old school build to him.
Yeah, absolutely. he does have that. So, hey, I'm gonna go ahead, X, and wrap us up here in just a moment. Just a quick, Thanksgiving message, but what we're gonna hit on Friday is we welcome everybody back for a Friday edition of the program.
Yeah, when we come back Friday, of course we'll get score predictions in, and it's going to be ties, passing yards, just so y'all go ahead and have that in your heads, so you can get that out, as well as we'll just go a little bit more in depth about what Alabama has to do to win the game, from keys to victories and more. But y'all have a blessed Thanksgiving, and we will see y'all again.
What you thankful for, man? What you thankful for?
My family, from my grandparents that are still here with us, to my aunts, uncles, of course, you, mom, siblings that I've gotten 34 years with, and of course my wife and my two beautiful kids.
That's awesome. Well, I'm going to do a quick Thanksgiving message, and then we're going to get ready to get out of here. X, yeah. Curtis Moore II said no Scotty today. I'm going to actually be Scotty today, Curtis Moore II. So I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. Going to teach one of my favorite scriptures coming out of Philippians chapter 4. Man, this is some meat on Thanksgiving. I think you guys will look at this passage of scripture totally different from this day forward. So if you got your Bibles there, go ahead and jump over to Philippians 4. Verse 4 says, rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation or in everything, by prayer and petition or prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. So let's look at that and break that down in all of its piece parts. First of all, it says, rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice. The word rejoice there means jump up and down and spin around wildly. So let's rejoice. Let's jump up and down and spin around wildly. What we sometimes consider bad is just God's way of making things better. One of the best things that happened to Alabama in this football season was an early loss to Florida State. That changed this team. Now, today, it didn't say rejoice about what happened. It says rejoice in what happened. Rejoice in the Lord, not rejoice in your circumstance. So that's number one. And if you're not thankful or don't have a grateful heart, it's going to be hard to rejoice when things are tough. Then it says, let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. I found that grateful, thankful people tend to have a more generous heart than those who are not. Chase, I just seen that a lot of times those who do not have a generous heart tend to also be very negative people, and you don't always see their gentleness. So rejoice in the Lord always. Let it be known. But here's the meat of what I want to share with you. Do not be anxious about what? Do not be anxious, worried, fretful, fearful about anything. No matter what you're facing, do not be fretful. But in every situation, by thanksgiving and petition, or that means by prayer, conversation with God, and humble request, and in humility, that's what prayer and petition or prayer and supplication means. But here's the ticket. When you ask God for anything in every situation, when you make that request, it says present your request to God. How do you do it? You do it with a thankful heart. And a thankful heart means that you do it believing that he hears you and believing that he's going to answer that prayer. For instance, if you were to ask me, I always use this example. If you were to ask me to borrow my car and I told you and you didn't need it for a month, you wouldn't wait to say thank you. You would say thank you the moment you asked me to borrow my car, because you believe that you have faith in our relationship that I'm going to do what you've asked because I said so. And if you run into me again, you would say thank you. And that's what we have to learn, is when we make a request known to God, and it's according to his will, plan, and purpose for us, that we understand that we are to be thankful, not when we receive it, but that we've made our request to him. And then the peace of God that will pass your ability to understand, no matter what you're going through, good, bad, or indifferent, you'll be able to recognize his goodness and you'll be grateful. And there will be a peace that you can't even understand that will guard your heart and your minds in Christ Jesus. So make your request known to God with humility and be thankful in all things and not anxious about everything. We pray that this Thanksgiving will be a blessed time, that you'll have a happy Thanksgiving, that you and yours and your family will have safe travels, and that all that you are thankful for, God brings into your life. We thank you for supporting the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. I'm Martin Houston. Xavier's on earlier. Chase is out of here. Remember this: trust in the Lord always. Lean not your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Roll Tide, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you for listening to The Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.